February 2nd, 2018. This is podcast number 3, and I am Bertie Lavorne. Today, I was thinking, what am I going to talk about? Because I really want to sit in front of this microphone and just talk. Something about it is just exhilarating. And I've listed out at least 25 to 30 podcasts about all of the things that I've been studying, all of the things that have changed within me, things that I'm supposed to do to help. But now that I've sort of reconciled myself to not being on Podbean, sorry for the teaser. I'm sorry if anybody downloaded that particular application just for me. But Podbean, they want $14 a month, and that's not a possibility. So I have chosen the platform of YouTube because it's free. And I'm trying to work on my iMovie making skills. So my intro is a little scratchy, but it will get better once I learn how to fade it out. But what I want to talk about tonight is journaling. And I remember when I would watch the Oprah show, they would always talk about writing down your thoughts and your hopes and your aspirations and writing things down that you just needed to get out, because once you put it out there, you could make it go away or, find its place to sleep. I used to, when my daughter would have like bad dreams or things like that, we would write them all out on a piece of paper and then we'd burn them in the fire. I always told her that would burn it away so she wouldn't have that anymore. And I think she still lives to that thought this day, where you can just kind of spill your heart out on a piece of paper. The good, the bad, the ugly, usually the ugly. And then you just burn the piece of paper and it burns away all that bad juju. I think there's something to that. But journaling is very good. And I always laughed at Oprah. And I always laughed at Deepak Chopra when they would tell me, going through their little seminars 8-10 years ago, they would say, write down everything. But I'm really glad I did. I'm really glad I became a journaler. I have 2 books that are, if I were to die today, someone would be able to read them and they'd go, oh my gosh, she was insane. Or, wow, she was all over the place, which is true. But my journals I look back through them and it just kind of conjures up this crazy emotion, kind of like the stuff that you felt when you wrote it. It sits there in your gut. I just came across my journaling notes from when I was fired from my job. Yes, I was fired. I did not resign. And it said in there, ever since losing my job, I feel happier. I was so miserable in that position. I was making junk. I was peddling plastic, something I don't believe in, for profit. And it was absurd. For me. Not for you, maybe, but for me, it was absurd. Because I didn't believe in it. And I didn't have passion for it any longer. But I wrote down, seems like every week I tried to write something after I kind of got canned. And I wrote down what it was that I wanted to do with my life. Of course, we talked about that in the last podcast, where you kind of write your affirmations. And gosh, some of these aspirations that I wrote down in a time of trauma actually came true because I let go. I let go of trying to control every situation. But something that was funny in here were the things that make me want to throw up. And this is for a good laugh. Microsoft products, corporations, the stock market, consumerism, patterns for suits, Delta, muggy summers, large appliances sounding stressed, and the news. Okay, large appliances sounding stressed. Yep, that's where I was at. And then the things that make me really feel hopeful were train rides, tiny houses, aliens, archangels, portals, fairies, communes, ashrams, bakeries, meeting new people, finding my tribe. That's what journaling does for you, is you can go back and you can kind of see where your head was and you can go, boy, I sure have grown a lot. Makes you feel good about yourself because there's so much colorful history. Usually you journal when you're really feeling strong, either strong to the bad or strong to the good. I don't seem to journal when everything's just kind of humming along. Or I do like one line that says, everything's just humming along. You journal when you've got a whole bunch to say. And boy, whoever finds these books and whoever reads these books, yeah, hopefully you'll find this podcast. I'm not as crazy as I sound. Yes, I'm all over the place. But I'm not as crazy as I sound. So that's it for tonight. Try to get a dream journal going. Try to get just a daily journal going. Just write it down. This is your history. You're making your history, and it would be fun, especially if you have children. It would be fun to one day hand your diary to them and just let them see that you went through some of the same slogging through the crap that they would have to go through. That's it. Good night. Hope you all have a wonderful week.